This is an absolutely massive 2,000 pound outdoor table that I'm building out of Doug fir using all timber frame construction, and here's how I'm ensuring that the oak pegs that I'm putting in go in perfectly straight. Oftentimes this is done a little bit different where they actually offset the hole in the tenon slightly, and that way when you pound the oak peg in, it draws the joint closer together. I talked to a company, Shelter Institute, who does timber frame for a living, and they said that would be an option. However, they didn't think it was entirely necessary. When you're doing home construction, they said that just the weight of a house really holds everything together nicely, but for furniture, I might want to add a little adhesive. So I opted to go that route. I added that kind of thick epoxy to both the mortise and tenon, as well as a little bit of adhesive to these pegs here, and I think this should be plenty strong. You can see that these pegs are a little bit oversized, and that is by design. I wanted to leave these a little bit long on each end so I could come back and cut them all to a uniform length. And yes, it would have been much easier for me to just cut them flush, but then you could barely see them, and where's the fun in timber frame joinery if you can't really see the joinery? So I just cut a hole in this piece of scrap plywood that's 3/4 inch thick, and that ensured that all these would be the exact same thickness, but I did like that factory chamfer they had on the edge there, so I took my 45-degree bit on my router, made another hole in another piece of plywood just to kind of support it, and that gave me a nice clean factory edge. And here's how the table looks in the end. One of my favorite builds, but I'd love to know what you think.